Welcome to the Student Athlete Spotlight, featuring local high school sports. We'll have candid interviews with coaches, students, and more. So it's playtime.
Even before I even started playing, you knew you wanted to beat the county schools.
Gotcha.
It's in your blood.
We do need to find ways to grow this, I think, by getting all-girl leagues at a younger age together.
That's great.
Would be helpful.
Sponsored by The Dorsey Law Firm, St. Mary's County personal injury lawyer.
All right, we're here with Coach Butler and Coach Wood, crosstown rivals. Getting ready to start their season, so that we get them on the show together tonight. Athlete Spotlight. So you guys battled last year. It's always a tight game when you have a crosstown rival. Tell me something about Coach Wood that when you go into battle, you know you have to be ready for. What's something that they do really well?
Strategy. He definitely does a very good job looking at the other team and scouting the other team, and preparing his girls for the execution to counter anything that we throw at them. Wow. I remember my very first year as a coach. Coach Wood came up to the She Got Game tournament. I saw you in the stands.
I was there.
Came up to the She Got Game tournament, and that was truly my first experience of interacting or seeing Coach Wood, and just realizing he does his due diligence. And
that's awesome.
As a coach.
That's great. Well, vice versa for you.
So her kids are going to play as hard as anybody we play. She has them prepared. They're well coached. They did a really good job last year of kind of getting the ball to the players that needed the ball in their hand the most. And fortunately, we were able to win. But she does an excellent job just having her players ready to go.
And she kind of has great emotion too, right? And great energy. Do you see that when you coach against her?
Energy that I'd want to play for.
That's awesome.
She's got a great
attitude.
attitude.
A great compliment. That's very nice.
So definitely.
How about Coach? Earlier I was talking with Coach. He said he yells at his players sometimes, but he stays pretty calm. He's not Bobby Knight. He's not Coach K.
So it's kind of funny. I grew up in the Wiesner era at Great Mills, so Great Mills alumni. So I grew up in the Wiesner era who used to stomp and hit the sole of his shoe.
On
you
the
would
floor?
think it's coming off. Yeah, and he'd be out at half court, and he was so crazy and adamant about certain things. And you see Coach Wood, who's nice, cool, calm, collected, but still getting the same thing across. You can just see the two totally different dynamics, but both of them work within their own systems as coaches for the girls.
That's great. So let's talk about your league a little bit. Obviously, basketball is heavy down here, right? It's strong in the state. So what contributes to that for you guys? How do we get such good basketball players in this area?
I think a lot of the kids do work outside of practices. A lot of them are working with trainers. A lot of them play for travel organizations. Okay. A lot of them will just go out and just play basketball. I get a lot of texts and calls during the school day sometimes of, hey, your girls are in the gym getting shots up, or hey, your girls are doing this, playing with the boys, and this is before the season, after the season. So they really work on their craft, and I think that has helped them a lot. And they're competitive, so that's always makes it nice for the county.
Absolutely.
And then, Southern Maryland, here comes a Friday night. What better place to be than at a basketball game? So if you see all these fans in the stands and you're a kid growing up, you want to hopefully be on the floor.
Right, you aspire to be
doing
there.
that, absolutely. Right. So I think that contributes a lot to people wanting to play.
So talk about the league this year. Who do you think the team is to beat?
Leonardtown.
I love it.
And I'm always going to say that.
That's good. That's a good answer.
As always, our county, us, Chopticon, we're going to battle.
Let me ask you a question. So I know in football this year it was kind of a big deal that Chopticon, I won't say it too loud. Sorry. All right. But is that something that is a big deal in every sport in the county? Just because viewers might not even know, not from the area, as far as winning the county is a big deal, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it's going back even before I even started playing. You knew you wanted to beat the county schools.
Gotcha.
It's in your blood.
And last year you beat both. You beat Chopticon and Great Mills last year?
We did. Chopticon got us once.
Did they? Okay.
And then we ended up playing them in the playoffs too.
Oh, you did?
So we got them.
So you beat them in the playoffs?
Twice.
Okay. And
then we only played Leonardtown once.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, we were fortunate enough to come out on the winning side most times of the season.
Right. Big key names in the county. Honestly, every single school has
at least one
athletes
player
that are just phenomenal.
So it makes it fun for you, right? Like every game, like talk about strategy.
You have to look at it different.
You got to attack that team.
Right.
How are we going to slow them down? Point guard,
Right.
big, post player, whatever.
Yeah. Every school has something that you have to approach differently, and you have to respect them. Not only on the athlete side, but the coaches side. The coaches, every school I can think of that we compete with and smack their coaches. They do their job.
That's great.
And
So other than playing at Great Mills, what's the hardest gym to play in for girls basketball? In the league?
I think Chopticon always is.
Yeah?
It's almost like there's a lock on top of that rim sometimes. It is.
It's different.
Yeah.
There are dead spots in the floor. Don't quote me. But it's something about that gym.
Yeah.
It is.
That's so funny.
It is.
And that Coach Cook has his kids always ready to play hard. Too.
How about the whole smack? Is there another arena too, like another
North Point.
Yeah.
North Point stuff?
It's just intimidating.
Kids will walk in that gym for the first time, and it's almost like a
Is that one of the bigger
college
gyms?
gym.
Yeah.
It's got almost like a jumbotron up top.
Oh,
They
wow.
run out of a giant inflatable eagle.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They do a nice job of putting on a show.
Right.
And on top of that, they always have some of the better athletes in maybe Southern Maryland. They do run great programs at
Right.
North
Right.
Point.
Right. Anything you guys want to add about the area or about basketball or?
I think we're developing. We're upcoming a lot more.
Yes.
I think it's the social media way right now, and I think we're doing a lot better with our social media presence all across the board. And just looking to promote the girls.
So what do you do at the youth level? Like what's going on at Great Mills for your younger players? What are they doing? How can if say someone's watching this wants to get their daughter involved? What can they do?
So, there's local park and rec,
Okay.
and I think sometimes there's not enough girls in that league, so
Really?
we need to actually, and if you look at some of our JV programs in SMAC, some schools don't have JV programs
Oh, wow.
for girls. So we do need to find ways to grow this, I think, by getting all-girl leagues at a younger age together.
That's great.
Would be helpful. When they come to middle school, what we try to do is encourage them to, and we'll get them in for free, 1 or 2 games, if not more, a season,
Okay.
as long as our athletic director signs off on that. Whatever we can do to promote it. At the end of the school year, we'll kind of have a open house night, if you will, where the 8th graders are coming from Spring Ridge and Esperanza, so they can meet all the
That's great.
coaches, and we can just start to contact them after that.
Super.
But we do need to be aware that our JV programs, well, I just had somebody cancel for next week. They have no JV from Annapolis High School.
Oh, wow.
So
It's
we
a real
do,
problem.
Yeah, it is a problem.
Yeah.
So we need to be able to find ways to address that.
And in the summer, do you guys offer clinics and stuff for the kids to go to, like summer camps?
So that is something that we are working at Leonardtown
Okay.
to get into. It's a lot of signing off of things
I
and
understand. Same
clarifying
for you.
Yes.
with public school and getting
Okay.
in the gym.
And,
It's kind of hard.
Insurance
Yeah.
seems to be
Yeah.
That's the
the
monster.
issue. So, but I think we are on the same page. We would both like to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got to find a way to make
Just
it
gotta
happen.
get the battle.
Well, I know when the football talk, we had all the coaches here. We talked about how they're trying to all work together, and I think you're seeing it this year. Smack in football was one of the best years it probably had in a
Yeah.
long time, which is really neat in the
Nice
state.
little year.
So it'd be nice to see the same thing in basketball,
Right.
and it's about numbers too.
Right.
You're right. The numbers help with development and everything.
Yeah.
Right. I go out to like the little rec leagues and watch the games. I go to little middle school select games and watch the games. We do a middle school night where we invite, as long as you have a jersey, you come on out, you get to see, you get in free, you get to come behind scenes, see what it's like in the locker room, sit behind the bench. I do my best to make sure I'm on my best behavior those nights. We do a lot of things like that, and just, again, trying to get out into the community. As a team, the girls we'll pick one select game during the school year. The whole team will go in and support their prior middle schools.
Oh, that's
so
neat.
we try and get out there. Just
Well, I feel
to
the family
show
in
face.
both of you guys, the way you talk and what you do, and you love what you do, obviously, but also I feel family. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you bring your girls in, and they kind of got you for the rest of their life, right? They need you. They still call you. Some of your girls in college, and
Yeah.
they call you, right? Which is
Yes.
that's very rewarding. So
Yeah. Great
By far.
experience.
yes, sir.
By far.
Great. Well, thanks so much for being on the show tonight. We really enjoy having both you guys on.
Yeah.
When is the clash with Leonardtown and Great Mills this year? Do you know the date?
January
January
6th.
6th.
How do you guys know that?
It's a big one.
You just
It's
know.
One of the first ones you
a
look
big
at.
one. It's a big
yeah.
one.
When is that one? Who's at home this year?
So it's a Friday, and
It's
we're
a
at
Friday
Leonardtown.
at Leonardtown.
Friday night at Leonardtown. All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Yep.